These are the LTHForum.com Great Neighborhood Restaurants, Class of 2013.
I think Cafe Orchid is a great ambassador for Turkish cuisine here in Chicago. One of the amazing things about Cafe Orchid is how well it does so many different things, from the meze to the entrees, the kebabs, and I think in the same way it's very diverse in its role in the neighborhood. It can be an inexpensive spot for lunch, it can be a place where you bring a bottle of wine and have a nice romantic date, or it's a good place to bring families. Cafe Orchid is a great neighborhood restaurant.
Darejeong is special in so many ways. Naengmyeon cold noodles are the best I've ever had. The noodles are always soft because they are made fresh in-house. Their soups are great as well. They are served piping hot on the table along with a great variety of delicious banchan. The soup really warms you up on a cold day. Every time I visit Darejeong, I am greeted with warmth and charm. It's just like visiting family.
The spirit of exploration and discovery I found on LTHForum forever changed how I approach eating out in Chicago. In that spirit of discovery, I ventured through the darkened doors of Danson, a Korean bar which is literally off the maps, not even listed by Google. The food is expertly prepared, spicy, fresh, and flavorful. Danson opened my eyes to a cuisine that is uniquely Korean bar food. The fire chicken, as the clear star of the show, is really just the tip of the iceberg. I instantly knew I had stumbled upon a future GNR.
There have been many ambitious high-end restaurants that have opened in Chicago over the last 2 years. El Ideas, by a wide margin, is the one most embraced by LTH. Chef Philip Foss's cuisine satisfies our exacting standards. We appreciate the absolute lack of pretense. Bill Talbot sets the mood with his relaxed service and tunes. The ability to interact with the kitchen quenches our curiosity and hunger for knowledge. Although it's not really in a neighborhood, you feel a sense of community when dining at El Ideas. It's a deserving GNR.
Garib Nawaz is a hole-in-the-wall cabbie joint that pumps out delicious Pakistani fare at unreasonably low prices around the clock. Play menu board bingo with the expansive menu, or order enough curry, biryani, and piping hot paratha to last you a week, and get change back on a $20 bill. Garib is an archetype of a great neighborhood restaurant. It hits some very high highs, remains a screaming good value, and is always an adventure.
When I crave piles of Cantonese-style seafood, which is quite often, Go for Food is my go-to. I love the plump steamed oysters, the sweet morsels of their manila clams, and complex and spicy XO sauce, and their very reasonable fresh Dungeness crab and lobster dishes. Go for Food is a great addition to our wonderfully diverse Chinatown, and is my favorite for seafood and Cantonese cuisine.
Monty's takes the Philly cheesesteak and elevates it to a new level through the use of great ingredients. The steak is high-quality ribeye, Amorosa bread is flown in from Philly, and the hot pepper mix they use on the Rocky makes a heat seeker like me very happy. But Monty's is much more than just a sandwich joint. They've got a broad menu with some real standout items, like the fried calamari with lemon and hot banana peppers, and they've got a nice beer selection. Even though they're just a few doors south of Lawrence, Monty's is primarily a friendly place serving the people of their neighborhood. I'm glad to have Monty's among the ranks of the GNR Award winners. Congratulations to everyone at Monty's.
New England Seafood Company is like taking a quick trip to an East Coast seafood shack without leaving West Lakeview. Beautifully fat clam bellies, perfectly fried fish and chips, pristine lobster rolls, and chowder full of clams that are the perfect balance between creamy and chewy. These are just some of my favorites from their menu. I also find their staff to be really welcoming and accommodating, as well as happy to be bringing this great food to Chicago. New England Seafood Company is definitely a great neighborhood restaurant, and it just happens to be in my neighborhood.
I nominated Nightwood because it's a place that always brings me joy. The food, prepared by Chef Jason Vincent and his dedicated team, is local, seasonal, distinctive, and delicious. It's innovative, but grounded in solid, fundamental cooking technique. The bar program is exceptional, and service is always friendly, enthusiastic, and welcoming. In a city that offers a dazzling array of chef-driven cuisine, Nightwood's food stands out as some of the best in Chicago. It's a destination restaurant in Pilsen, a real neighborhood where you can have a world-class meal without an ounce of pretense. Not only is it my ace in the hole, but it's a great place to recommend to out-of-town visitors if you want them to experience the very best of what Chicago has to offer.
Everybody has their neighborhood bar that they frequent. Last year I found mine, not bothered by the fact that it happens to be 45 minutes from my neighborhood. This place was Scofflaw. Since day one I've felt welcome with warm hospitality. Danny has a mastery of the bar that shines through in every drink. There's a reason that there's a 45-minute wait on most weekends. Not to be outshone, Chef Mickey puts out amazing elevated bar food that's worth the visit alone. All in all, I'm glad to have found this place and just wish so many other people hadn't found it as well.
Vera is an intimate wine bar and Spanish restaurant in the West Loop. One of the things that I love about Vera, and what makes it a great neighborhood restaurant for me, is that you can enjoy their food and drinks in a lot of different ways. It's a place where I can stop in with colleagues after work for a glass of wine and pinchos, or make a multi-course meal the focus of an evening. One of the best things I ate last year was Vera's grilled spring onions and Romanesco sauce, a simple but perfect dish. Congratulations to Mark and Liz Mendez, and welcome to the GNR family.